It's an ordinary Tuesday afternoon in Springfield, Tennessee. Jeremiah Payne, his wife, and their 5-year-old daughter are out for a family walk when the girl accidentally drops a candy wrapper on the street. A neighbor comes running out of his home to confront them, so Jeremiah starts recording.
Yeah, it's her candy. I apologize. It fell out.
Get on your knees, put your hands behind your back.
According to Jeremiah, the neighbor berates them for littering and claims to be a cop. But when Jeremiah asks for his name and badge number, the neighbor suddenly gets physical.
Let go of my phone, man. What are you doing?
And all I did was ask your name and badge
Am I gonna have a problem with you?
It's not clear why the neighbor is behaving in this way, but he is not happy.
What the is wrong with you, dude? Get in.
We're just trying to watch you, folks.
Guys, please.
We're just
You.
As the situation is getting even more tense, the neighbor calls the police.
I need an officer. Get the away from me. Stay away from me.
I would just like to watch you, folks.
No, we're leaving. No, you're not going in. You're not a cop to detain me.
For the police officer.
You are not a cop. Hey, he's trying to kidnap me. Help!
Yeah.
Help!
10 minutes later, the police arrive.
I'm not going to jail, dude. I didn't do anything wrong.
The neighbor goes over to explain his side of the story, and then the cops come to speak with Jeremiah and his wife.
So I want to press charges on him. I have it on video. Would you like to see it?
After watching the video, the cop consults with the neighbor, and then they approach Jeremiah.
Mr. Payne, is it all right if he speaks with you for a moment?
As long as you stand here while he does.
Yes, sir, of course.
Jeremiah has no clue what the man is about to say.
I'm not trying to hurt you. Don't want to scare you. I'm trying to be man enough and apologize, which is a hard thing for cops to do. I just didn't like the litter in my yard. That's all.
She didn't mean to drop it, but to go to that extent because I pulled out my phone and asked you for your name and badge number, really? Come on now. That's being a tyrant.
100%. You're right, and I apologize.
That lady brought
I'll extend my hand to you if you're man enough to shake it.
Oh, I'm man enough to shake your hand.
All right. Is it all right if we leave it at that, sir?
Yeah. I'm still going to post a video, though. I mean,
That's your legal right. I'm
Yeah.
not going to stop you from doing that.
When the video is published online, it receives 50,000 views. Jeremiah has not filed any charges, and he and his family have recently moved to Kentucky, where they hope to live a stress-free life.
get the away from me. Stay away from me.
They say if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Which is why Henry Benson starts his business maintaining lawns in the neighborhood he grew up in.
I'm in love with plants, I'm in love with nature. I treat every backyard like it's my own.
One afternoon, Henry is working on a client's lawn when the client's neighbor, who he claims has given him trouble in the past, steps outside and, according to Henry, starts scolding him.
My least favorite part of my work would probably be some of the neighbors of the customers that I'm working at.
This lady wants to mess with me every time I'm here, saying I'm blowing grass clippings on her grass. We're trying to work. Craziness. Shut up.
I went around and said, lady, I don't have time for this today.
Please move out of the way. All of this is gonna shoot.
The neighbor is accusing Henry of blowing lawn clippings into her yard. But Henry claims that's not possible for how he is cutting the grass.
On my lawnmower, my chute's on the right-hand side, so I always line up with my left-hand side in between the properties, debris shooting towards my customer's house.
Back up, bro. Get away from my mower.
She has her daughter coming up next.
You're about to get dirty. No. Please move out of the way.
Her husband is the reason I even got off my lawnmower. I put my camera down.
I'm about to clean you up. Come over here. Come over here.
Stop right now. Now you're on my yard. Get the out. You're on my yard.
I'm trying to protect you from shooting debris.
Yeah, okay.
From shooting debris. Do you understand how a lawnmower works?
Yes.
I'm made a line.
Exactly.
Now make me another line.
You're shooting right in my yard.
Put your in my.
The neighbor's husband backs off and dials 911 off camera.
Shut your mouth. Stop talking to me. You're costing me money now.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, I know you are.
Good, man. You mind just blowing off?
Minutes later, the police arrive, and Henry tries to calmly explain the whole situation.
My mower half, and I shot everything this way. And
He saw the grass blades being blown this way. He knew exactly that I was not trying to start anything. I was just trying to work.
The officers talk to the neighbor, and she offers a solution. one that Henry says he sees coming from a mile away.
Do you mind just blowing off the fresh grass?
She does this every time she cuts her grass. They don't have a weed whacker and a blower, and you can see all the dried grass clippings. Sure. That's from her. She wants me to do free labor for her every time. And after she cuts her grass and all, she leaves her grass clippings there just to ask them the same thing she always does. Can you blow this down for me?
Henry clears up both the neighbor and his client's yard and heads home.
I'm billing that bitch. I'm billing her.
But the uneasy situation with the neighbors still persists to this day. And next time, Henry hopes to keep his temper in check.
I'm supposed to hold myself to a higher accountability as a professional. If I can say anything to these neighbors without it becoming any kind of argument, we can easily have a discussion about anything. And just let me work, please.
Stop right now. Now you're on my yard.
On this quiet street in Alexandria, Virginia, a gay couple in their 30s is about to see the worst in their neighbors. A husband and wife who continuously park over the line of their space, according to the partners. When the couple is at home watching TV, they hear a loud noise outside, and their security camera catches what comes next. They claim that the neighbor has crashed into the planter that acts as a marker for their space. And the couple decides to confront the neighbor.
Oh, of course we're awake.
What seems like a petty dispute over a parking space suddenly transforms into something far more personal.
Come on over here. Come on. You come over here, Neil.
Fearing this dispute could get more heated, the couple calls the police.
We have somebody over here. He is asking right now.
You know, this is the First Amendment.
The neighbor seems to think his right to free speech allows him to hurl homophobic insults at the couple.
First Amendment. Honey.
Hearing the commotion, the neighbor on the other side, Julia, starts recording and steps outside into the firing line.
Hey, you homophobic! I have everything on video.
Oh, yeah, you whore. We're Christian. We're Methodist.
We have nothing against we love it. These guys are ass.
Get back in your house, you homophobic before I call the police.
Julia has been best friends with the gay couple for over 2 years and has no problem confronting the neighbors herself.
What's your issue? What's your issue?
I'm trying to go to bed. Can you stop harassing our neighbors and be quiet?
They harass us.
The neighbors claim their problem is solely over parking, and they don't have an issue with the couple's sexual orientation.
And we hate LBG. No, we love LBG.
After the altercation, the police charged the neighbor with disorderly conduct and a fine of $1,000. The couple takes their neighbor to court to obtain a no-contact order, and the judge grants it. A month after the dispute, the neighbors move out of the house, and new ones move in. The new neighbors do a better job of parking in their space and are a lot less vocal about it. For some neighbors, living in an apartment complex provides a natural sense of community. But if there are residents who don't get along, the close proximity can lead to big headaches for everyone.
You got 3 seconds to go right now.
In Sherwood, Oregon, a small town southwest of Portland, a man and his girlfriend find themselves in the crosshairs of a couple next door in their apartment complex.
Sit there with your door open.
We can have our door open.
It's our house.
The homeowners claim the couple are upset that they leave their front door open, seemingly taking offense to being able to see inside their apartment.
Close your door, scumbags. Bring it, buddy. Get the out of here.
According to the homeowners, the issues start almost immediately after the neighbors move in. The couple starts complaining that the homeowner's dog barks every time they walk by.
Shut your dog up.
Frustrated by the interactions, the relationship gets worse.
You got an issue with me? Well, I think you're a douchebag, yeah. Gotcha.
One evening, while the woman next door is putting up Halloween decorations, the homeowners antagonize her through their doorbell camera.
Yeah, it's each way about that.
When the neighbor's husband comes home, he's told of the homeowner's actions, which sets him off.
He's over here laughing.
Yeah.
As the neighbors continue at a high volume, another neighbor, looking to quiet the situation, steps out of his home and directly into the line of verbal fire.
I know you guys got. Shut your mouth! Don't tell me to shut my. Yeah, I'm telling you to shut your mouth.
You stay out of
You.
And then, yet another neighbor shows up to see what the ruckus is all about.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're not okay. You get harassed by your friend every day.
Even as they try to calm the neighbors down,
Just go inside.
No! You go inside! I'm sick of this!
the police are called and they investigate the commotion. The neighbors explain their reasoning for the loud outburst, believing the homeowners are the ones antagonizing them.
I gotta listen to his now every day.
And nobody has done anything. So that is why we are in the state we are in.
Yeah, you go right ahead. Listen.
The neighbors voice their anger towards the police, who try to keep the peace, while warning them of their own behavior.
If you want to go to jail, you talk. Otherwise, you get the citation.
Citation.
While it's not known if any tickets are written, thankfully for the homeowners, the neighbors move out soon after, leaving behind a quieter and more peaceful apartment complex.
Bring it, buddy. Get the out of here.
Plants in the garden may love being showered with water, but neighbors do not.
Turn it off!
And one evening, in an upscale neighborhood of New York City, an argument has broken out in the hallway of an apartment building because the man with the beard says the neighbor in the shorts just drenched him with water.
You're disrespectful!
Hearing the commotion, the woman who lives upstairs starts recording.
Get out, please. You got it, bro. Now, yo, I can't make yo. Please just get out.
The woman recording says the man with the beard was sitting on the stoop a few minutes earlier. But now, he's in the hallway confronting the neighbor in the shorts.
I'm saying if I can't do water on me, then I'll do something on you. Cleaning my steps? How? If I told you I'm for a cab! Wait, listen. No! You trying to make it seem like you're doing that wrong. Please. I was there.
The neighbor claims that he was simply washing his steps when he accidentally soaked the man. But the man in the beard is upset, and the situation is intensifying.
No! You're bro! I work on the street! I didn't disrespect you once!
Suddenly, just as it seems the man with the beard may be going, he throws a punch, and the neighbor stabs him in the back with his umbrella. A fight erupts, and the pair wrestle on the ground until the man with the beard runs off with a bloodstain on his shirt.
Get out, please.
The woman recording is unsure which man's version of events is correct, and she doesn't know what happens next. The neighbor says she hasn't seen the man with the beard again, and the downstairs neighbor moves out shortly afterwards. But it's clear that in this neighborhood, stoop cleaning can escalate to a hallway brawl faster than a New York minute.
I can't make yo.
Essex, United Kingdom. When Tammy Westwood moves back home to the UK after 8 years in the United States, life in her new neighborhood is good.
I love living in this neighborhood. When we go out, we're always, if anybody's in the street, we always say hi, we're always friendly.
But Tammy claims things in her London suburbs soon go from lovable to ludicrous after she claims a neighbor habitually tucks her trash can by Tammy's garage, which really ticks her off.
I have no idea why her empty trash can kept ending up leaning against my garage.
My God, why?
It was completely pointless.
So let's just get it straight. You keep your bin on your property and I'll keep my bricks on mine.
Keep the bin on my property. I've already told you that.
You won't keep them. You won't keep your. Why will you? I'm not harassing you.
The neighborhood feud ratchets up a notch when one day while running errands, Tammy receives a phone call from her son who claims that the neighbor has some choice words for him.
My son called me and he said to me, Mum, I've just gone out there and she started on me.
You can go away because you ain't got no money. Your father didn't give you any.
Like any protective mother, Tammy rushes home to confront her neighbor, and their squabble now becomes more than just a petty trash bin dispute.
How can she say that?
So I push her door, she comes out. I pull my hand back to actually defend that and throw a punch.
Touch me. Touch me.
Come out here,
Touch me. Go ahead.
I thought to myself, no, don't do that.
The argument soon spills out into the alley, where Tammy's son records the heated discussion.
Yeah. Now she got another friend. Yeah.
So I'm there and I'm screaming and she's screaming and we're arguing with each other, and I'm not feeling like we're ever going to get a resolution to this.
You keep your on your
You
side.
keep off my blasted land.
You keep off my
right?
papers out.
No.
Look. Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah, you
Get your papers out my face. Don't put your papers in my face.
Yeah, mess about with me, love.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Get your bin off my land.
Make you go back on my land and you
Get
see
yourself
what
off
happened.
my...
Tammy once again stands up for her son when the neighbor has more words for him.
Your son's
I've got
recording it.
witnesses. Right,
Your son's recording it. Goes to show
Right,
what
yes.
you're about. You as well. Everybody on this road
Don't
has
start
got
on my kids,
something
Suzanne.
in it.
Don't start on my kids,
Everybody
darling.
got something.
Don't start on my kids.
So as I'm seeing her attack my family members and be rude and abusive to them, I'm getting more and more hurt and upset, because my instinct is to protect my family members as much as I can, and I will.
Oh,
Shut
Adam.
your mouth. Stay
No,
away from my
you
family.
shut your mouth,
No,
all right? Because you
no.
got the biggest mouth I ever seen.
No, that would be you.
You know people who've got mouth
That
lack
would be
something
you.
else?
That would be you.
You lack this,
Just
your
keep
brains.
your bin
You
off
lack
my
the brains,
land.
love. You're all
Stop
it.
spreading my life.
You're all it.
Thankfully, calmer heads prevail, and each woman returns home. After their contentious exchange, the neighbor stops placing her trash bin up against Tammy's garage.
At the moment, things are peaceful. She has moved her trash can. She's not saying anything. If it comes up again, I'll, do what I need to do for my family and just stand my ground.
And while the two neighbors currently have an unspoken truce, Tammy still harbors resentment towards her neighbor.
I hope every day that she moves, to be honest with you. It'd be bliss. Of course, we don't know who we're going to get in her place, but I don't think it could ever be as bad as having her here at all.
In Sterling, Virginia, a biker is riding through his neighborhood when he spots a yellow Jeep jump the curb next to a teenage boy walking home from school. The driver jumps out of his vehicle and begins screaming at the teen. According to the driver, the neighborhood teenager walked against a green light, almost causing an accident.
Wake up! You can't see the sign?
Seeing how angry the driver is, the biker decides to intervene.
Hey, dude!
Light was green!
Hey, you need to calm down on that kid.
Shut your mouth!
Come on, man.
No, I'm calling the cops.
Go ahead, cop.
Guy almost
Call the
got
cop. I got it all on video, dude.
What the
I got it all on video. You need to calm down.
What are you, a professional videographer?
It
I
doesn't
almost
matter.
killed him.
The school kid seems unfazed by the near-death experience.
You all right, dude?
But when the biker calls the driver out for threatening the teen,
You yelling at him? That's assault.
the driver is put on the defensive.
I'm in shock right
threatened
now.
him.
I don't even know what I said because I'm in
I
shock.
got it on
Thank
video
you.
and audio. You threatened him.
Claiming he is suffering from mental shock,
I'm in shock, sir.
the driver is now the one being driven over the edge.
I'm in shock. I don't know what I'm doing.
Ran over a guy who was walking
Against the green light. They're sitting here with this passive-aggressive tone as if there's no emotion attached to almost getting in a life-threatening accident. He's got a camera that somehow negates human emotion. I am in shock from what just happened, and he's sitting here trying to negotiate.
And while the driver may be looking for a sympathetic ear, all he's getting is more agitated.
If you're going to bully me passive-aggressively, then I am going to file charges against you for harassment. I am in shock, and I need help.
Then go sit on your bumper and wait for the ambulance to show up.
The cops arrive minutes later, but find no laws broken, so all parties are allowed to leave.
Thank you, though. It would be me against him right now.
The clip is uploaded, quickly going viral and watched over 100,000 times, with many questioning whether the driver is reacting fairly or fairly overreacting.
I don't even know what I said because I'm in
I
shock.
got it on
Thank you.
video and audio. You threatened him.
Those looking to escape the busy city life of Chicago can find some peace and quiet in the neighborhood of Morris, Illinois, which is exactly what Dana Allsworth and her family had in mind when they relocated here.
We came across this neighborhood, and it's just so quiet and pristine. You can hear the cows mooing from the nearby farm, and it's just a perfect setting where I wanted to raise my family.
But Dana's dreams are quickly dashed when she meets the woman next door.
My neighbor is 59 years old and lives by herself. We always were leery just because you could just tell the house was unkept and there was a lot of yelling. Cops were always there. So we kind of just tried to keep our distance.
Things only go downhill from there. Dana's neighbor seemingly gets upset because she feels that the trees lining the yard are an eyesore and are in turn devaluing the woman's land.
She decided to take it upon herself to take down our property. Like, she was cutting trees down, she was cutting the bushes down, she was blowing all the leaves into our yard.
You cannot put this
out to make it look halfway decent.
I'm gonna go get a leaf blower and blow all this right this way.
Break up all that when I'm disrespectful.
My blood was boiling. My heart rate had been like 500 miles per hour.
Don't step on our property.
Stay the off my property. Don't ever come over here. If you come over here, I will call the police and have you.
After her neighbor's behavior and anti-Semitic remarks, Dana installs security cameras to try and catch her neighbor in the act, but she alleges that it only makes things worse.
She would stare at us through the windows. She would scream at my son. When I woke up the one morning and I saw a gun in the window, it absolutely blew my mind. I never imagined in my life that I would be living through this nightmare with a neighbor.
A month later, things come to a head when Dana is home alone with her 3-year-old daughter, and she catches her neighbor lurking on her property. And this time, she brings something with her, a hammer.
Immediately, my heart rate escalates and I prepare myself for the worst. I didn't know what she was capable of. She could attack me with the hammer. She could throw the hammer at me. My husband's at work. I knew I had no backup.
But Dana's neighbor has her sights set on something else. Her security camera.
Quick videotape me.
With the damage done, Dana's neighbor retreats off her property. But to Dana's relief, her camera captures the proof that she needs.
I remember actually getting happy because I finally got her. I finally caught her in the act.
Her neighbor is arrested for disorderly conduct and trespassing, but to Dana's dismay, she is released on bail.
Honestly, we talked about selling our house. I tried to never think about somebody harming children, but just the way she would scream at them, just to think that my kids had to live through this experience. As an adult, we can handle it. But to think that my kids had to endure this and be so scared to even play in their own yard, it's just wrong. It's wrong that somebody can do that. It's completely wrong.
Fearing for their safety while waiting for their day in court, Dana and her husband built a 6-foot fence along their property line.
It was such a relief having that fence. I felt peace. I finally was able to enjoy my backyard without feeling like I was being stared at every second.
Dana's persistence pays off when the neighbor does something unexpected. She puts her house on the market, and Dana drops the charges against her neighbor since she will no longer be a nuisance. Even better, the home next door is purchased by a family with young children.
I was so happy. This house is just perfect in every way, and it's our forever home. I'm so glad I didn't give it up because now I have 2 wonderful neighbors, and I can already tell we're gonna have an amazing, amazing future in this neighborhood.
St. George, Utah. After a man sees someone getting pulled over by the police outside his front window, he decides to take a humorous approach into finding out the reason why.
The question you guys have all been waiting for.
The nosy neighbor uses handwritten signs to try to find out more about the traffic stop, but the cops have a hard time reading them.
Yes, write bigger. They did get a ticket.
Okay.
Well, stop sign.
After giving the neighbor the cause of the ticket, the policeman asks for a favor in return.
You got donuts?
Donuts. You got donuts? That's funny. They asked if we had donuts.
The policeman doesn't waste 1 minute taking him up on the offer.
Thank you for your service. Thanks for keeping the streets safe. You guys have a nice day.
You too.
We got some milk if you want it.
With the goods swapped, the police depart the scene, leaving this neighbor with one piece of juicy neighborhood gossip he'll never forget.
You got donuts?
Donuts. You got donuts? That's funny.
I'm genuinely not trying to start. I just want to talk.
After Jeff and Kayla Elkins buy a piece of land near Huntsville, Texas, they find themselves in an ongoing battle with their older neighbors who once owned the 2-acre lot.
What did I start?
You cut my grass. This is the
property line.
This is my side of the grass. You cut it. Come on, bitch.
The property, which the neighbors previously gifted to their son, was subsequently purchased by Jeff and Kayla, much to the original owner's dismay.
Now, why don't you go take your happy ass to home? I am home, stupid.
Jeff claims the neighbors want to make life so unpleasant that they sell the property back.
Hey, anybody that's
I drive up and down this driveway every day going home. I don't bother nobody. I just...
Bull! You stop every damn day and take pictures and videos of us.
The neighbor in red touches on a sticking point that sets Jeff off.
I got you on every prove it, bitch. I will, you.
Jeff claims that the neighbors are recording him, which gives him alarm. In response, Jeff and Kayla start recording back in a tit-for-tat game of I Spy. At random times, both day and night, Jeff says he catches the neighbors driving by and honking on camera.
I literally just gonna sit here and drive up and down the driveway and honk at us.
If they start honking, I'm gonna put this flashlight on them.
Jeff puts up a privacy fence along the property line in an attempt to keep the neighbors from recording him. But he then alleges that this causes the neighbors to deposit trash near his property just to annoy him.
Yeah, call the sheriff. Tell him I'm being harassed. No, your old ass is dumping trash all over the ground next to my damn fence.
The acrimony continues when Kayla records the neighbors slowly driving by and seemingly recording she and Jeff in their yard. So Jeff confronts them.
Leave us the alone!
Jeff.
I'm on my property. No, you're not, bitch. You're on the county property, stupid.
Suddenly, what the older neighbors do next scare Jeff and his wife.
Great, now look what you started.
What are they gonna do?
They record a loud bang that seemingly originates from their neighbor's vehicle. Shaken by the noise, Jeff and Kayla call the police to intervene. In the following days, Jeff and Kayla explain the situation to the authorities and share their pictures and videos,
Prove it, bitch!
which don't result in any arrests or charges being filed. Jeff and Kayla say they have no intention of selling the property and moving away, so they are resigning themselves to the likelihood that their neighbor's behavior will continue, and are hopeful that it won't lead to any further frightening interactions.
Why don't you go take your happy ass home? I am home, stupid.
Kennewick, Washington. It's the last day of school before the summer break, and 15-year-old swim team champion Alonzo Smith is walking his usual route home. Suddenly, a neighbor comes out of his house and starts yelling at him.
Off of our grass.
I don't mean to, it's just the lawn's like closed.
If you do not stay off of our property, I'm gonna come out here and kick your ass.
Alonzo is bearing the brunt of this neighbor's anger as construction has closed the sidewalk, forcing pedestrians to either dodge cars in the street or walk on this man's lawn.
Stay off of our property. Stay on the street.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna go call the cops, and they're gonna come out here and stand and watch, okay?
Okay.
You come out.
Get the out of here. Get the out of here before I kick your ass.
This is not the first time that Alonzo has walked across the lawn, and the neighbor is at his limits.
Get the out of
of here now! How many times have I told you not to walk on my property?
Like 4 times.
Why do you do it?
Because the sidewalk's
Because you're stupid! Step on my property again and I'll beat the out of you.
Stunned by the physical threats, Alonzo lets out a nervous giggle.
You think it's funny?
No, I don't.
Obviously, you do.
I don't think it's funny. I think you're kind of overreacting.
No! I don't come walk on your property. Don't walk on my property.
To be continued.
When Alonzo's mom sees the video, she shows it to the police, but no charges are pressed as Alonzo is technically trespassing on the neighbor's property. Shortly afterwards, the angry neighbor moves to Texas. The construction in the street is finished, so next year, Alonzo doesn't have to learn the law of the lawn.
Get the out of here now!